Welcome to the T8000. Now I'm going to go through on how to assemble the T8000, and for cleaning I'm going to refer you to the Optimizer because they're pretty similar. The T8000 is the entry-level metal gun, and this is how it comes in the box. So it's half assembled, which is lovely. Instructions. All else fails, read the instructions. There's also some really nice troubleshooting if things aren't working on what to do in the box. So take your time at the start and read through those and have a little practice. It saves you getting stressed when your gun's not working and trying to get hold of people on the phone, particularly if it's after hours. We're not going to be here. So you need to make sure you know how to troubleshoot your own gun. So the T8000 is, as I said, entry-level metal gun, beautiful metal handle. It's a nice, solid, sturdy gun, and I like a solid, sturdy gun. It is pressurised. It has a gasket here to stop any overflow going out of your pot, and it's just beautiful. So what we're going to do is assemble it. So all you have to do is literally pop your pot on. I like to turn mine anti-clockwise, just sort of feel it click in, and then tighten it up nice and like a nice firm tight, and that's what we call seating the pot. Now you'll see when I undo that there is a tiny little mark around the ring of the gasket there, and that means that every time it's going to go into that groove. Now if you cross thread it, you can get some leaking out the side of the pot, so I suggest you just take the time, really gently just pop the first seat in, and then see how easy that went in the second time, just nice, and it sits there. Now don't wring its little neck, just firm tighten it, okay? Because you've got that gasket in there. Now that gasket stops any solution coming out of the pot. So if you've got any solution coming out of your pot, you know that gasket has been split. You can flip it over, or you can get another one. The only other thing that will do that is if you lie your pot down with solution in it, sorry, your gun down with solution in it, which we suggest you never do. You should never ever lay your gun flat with solution in it ever. That's why they come with hooks and things and pots to stand them up. If you lay it down, you'll get some solution in the top of this, and then obviously when you take it back out, it's going to run. But also this hose pressurizes your pot, and that means it pushes air down to push solution out. If you lay this down, you're going to get solution in here. Now when you stand it back up and turn it back on, it will push it down, but you'll have some left over, and eventually this will all clog up. So what you will need to do is take that off, wash it, dry it, so you need some pressure, air pressure through that to dry it, and pop it back on. So again, don't ever lay your gun down with solution in it. So basically you're ready to go. You now have your pot all pressurized. You have your trigger. Now if you ever get any leak down in here, it just means that this is not quite tight enough, and you can use your tool that comes in your kit. I've got one here, and you can just tighten that up just a little bit, just a fraction, okay, just a tiny little bit. That's if it leaks. Otherwise it should be pretty good to use, but sometimes things move in shipping, we understand that. Very simple to use. This is your flow control. So righty-tighty is less, lefty-loosey is more spray tan out of your gun. And this is your directional control. So basically, if you're going to spray across, you would spray 3 and 6. And if you want to spray up and down the body, you saw how easy that was just to flick around and spray up and down. So that's your assembly complete. It's really easy. And then you'll see what happens is that your gun comes with a little cleaner brush and obviously this utensil, and I'm really quickly going to run through gun 101 cleaning. Now again, I've gone through this in some detail on the Hush Optimizer video, so watch that one because the guns are very similar, but this is a really quick rundown. Every night, hot water, open this all the way out and move your trigger back and forth until your flow out of here is clean. Tip it up and down until it's clear, and we do that quite a few times. We use hot water every night. Every time you've used your gun, that's your minimum. Your weekly strip down, if you have used your gun during that week, this is your minimum. The back of the control first, of the gun first, and we're going to lay it out the way we would do it. So your flow control comes off, your spring comes off, and then your needle comes back out. Okay, all goes into hot soapy water, so just a bit of detergent. Then the front of the gun comes off. Turn this around, it's obviously right-handed. So this is spring loaded, which is really lovely. It means that you can just flick that spring around really easily. So this holds it all together. So that's just a cap that holds it all together. So that comes off. Your directional flow comes off. Then you'll see that you've got the little holes in here that your blue bearings here sit on. So you just tip that up and out comes your spring and out comes the little holder. And then this, you just need your little utensil to be able to undo what we call the nipple. So we just pop that on there and then we're just going to gently turn that around, and then you'll find that what will happen is that nipple will come out. Just take a little bit to get it. Okay, and then it should be loose enough now just to finger tighten that off. Now with your gun, sometimes during the manufacture you get some little metal shavings in there. So before you use your gun, it's like your pair of pajamas, wash them first. So that's the nipple and this is the barrel. So all this goes into hot soapy water. Then what we're going to do is pick up our gun and our brush and we're going to clean in around here and just give it a rinse with hot water. And then we're going to put that aside. And then we're going to clean each of these pieces. So obviously we're going to give this a little clean around. We're going to get some hot water flowing through there and we're going to make sure we can see daylight. So hold it up to the light so you can get that clean around here, because if this gets tan it's just going to clog up and you won't be able to get all this apart. Same with this little part. So everything here gets a clean and gets a scrub in hot soapy water and rinsed in hot water and then left to dry. Same with the back of the gun. We're going to clean everything, hot soapy water, give it a bit of a scrub and rinse it in hot water and let it dry. Beautiful. So I just like to put a towel on a dish rack and lay it all out like that so I'm still ready to go again. And then we're going to assemble it. So assembly is pretty easy. We're going to do it in reverse because we're going to protect our needle. So the nipple goes into the barrel. Now there's no O-ring in this one. It seals by being metal on metal. So I like to pop it in until I get it finger tight. And then I just use my utensil to tighten that up. Beautiful, and so just it's tight enough that it won't doesn't turn any further. Again, you don't need to wring its little neck. Now this is nice and clean, the spring sits on, and then this is the little trick. So the little holes have to be up tight and then up facing upwards, and that little groove and slot need to go in together, and then you'll find the little ball bearings will sit in there nicely. Okay, then all that goes together with the cap on top. We're just going to tighten that up a bit. And again, if you don't clean your gun often enough, this cap will get locked on to here and you won't be able to get it off and you'll have to throw your gun away. So if that ever happens, I know you haven't cleaned your gun, so please clean your gun. Your needle goes through there, nice and easy. The spring, a little bit of Vaseline on the spring and on and down the length of the needle is a good idea, just so it keeps, you know, their metal parts, keeps them lubricated. Can go onto there. And then this goes onto here and does up. Okay, and then that does up and your pop goes on and you're ready to go again. So would that take me a few minutes? Clean your gun, you'll never have an issue with your gun.